Hello everyone, welcome to Property Experts where we provide you information related to property in a sensible manner. Hence, before purchasing property worth lakhs and crores of rupees, please do watch our videos to never fall in any sort of a scam or a fraud. Well, dear viewers, if you are an NRI and here are the 7 things that you must know, these are the things on which your dealings on a day-to-day basis are based on. So, you could be thinking that if you are an NRI, how this word NRI or the NRI status is described under the various laws of the land. In fact, there is no description of non-resident Indian. The law describes who is a resident Indian. Who is a resident Indian if you are not a resident? Then obviously you should be a non-resident person. Now the 3 different laws in India which describe the resident status are the Income Tax Law, the Female Law and the Aadhaar Act. In these 3 different laws, the description of resident individual is different. Female gives you an authority to open an RE and NRO account. You become an NRI when you leave this country with an indefinite stay outside of India. The income tax law describes how your income in India and outside of India will be treated, and there are restrictions around this, the number of days you will have to spend outside, and so many other conditions are put in the income tax law. Under the other act, to get an Aadhaar Act, it says how many number of days you have to stay inside in India. Make sure you know all about the 3 laws, and whenever you have to deal with a particular issue which comes under these laws, you please adhere to the provisions which are mentioned in the law. We have done the videos in the past about all these activities, the Aadhaar Act, the Female Law and the Income Tax Act in the description. Please make sure that you watch all of them. Point number 2. If you are an NRI, for conduct of your banking operations, you should have NRI and NRO account. The NRI and NRO accounts are permitted to be open for an individual under the Female Law. If you have left the country for an indefinite state outside of India, be it for the employment, be it for the purpose of residence, then you are entitled to open your NRI and NRO accounts. NRI account is an account where your money be repatriated if you have sent your money from outside of India into NRI account. If you need that money, you can repatriate this money from NRI account without anyone's permission. NRI accounts are those accounts which are meant for resident dealings, that is within the India. If you have rents to be collected, if you have some areas, if your maturity proceeds, have some saving plans or any other insurance plans, all these collections from within India have to be channelized into the NRO account. So if you are an NRA, if you are at the open or NRA and NRO account, it's time you should talk to your bankers and open these accounts. Point number 3, when you become an NRI, you must close your Indian savings bank account. There are countless NRIs who do this mistake. They never close their old accounts, the savings accounts in India. They try to conduct their banking operations using the savings bank account in India. As I said, the right accounts for you to open are the NRE and NRO accounts. As NRIs, and you must close the savings bank account. What happens if you don't close the savings bank account holdings, a savings bank or the saving bank account when you are an NRI is a violation of Female Law, and under the Femoral Law or the Female Law, the penalties are very harsh and very high and unlimited. So we have explained this point in our earlier videos. Close these accounts or get it converted to an NRO account. Point number 4, for any reason you come back to India, you relinquish your NRI status, you are retired and come back, you don't have a job. That's why you have come back, or you have come back to live in India. The first thing that you have to do when you come back to India is you must close your NRI and NRO account. Once you have opened an NRI and NRO account, as an NRI, this is a privilege which is given to you. This is as per the Female Law, you are entitled to hold the accounts. But when you become a resident individually, the same Female Law says that you cannot hold these accounts. So as soon as you come back to India without a reason or within a reasonable period of time, say within a month or 3 months time maximum, you must close your NRI and NRO accounts and convert them into the resident savings bank account or the current accounts. Now coming to point number 5, whatever the investment that they make from the NRI accounts, it is a tax free. But this is not the truth. As NRIs, you enjoy certain privileges, but these are very minimal. Only the interest that you earn on your NRI fixed deposits is tax free. If you buy shares, if you buy mutual funds, they do not give any extra tax exemptions. So don't be under the impression that because you are an NRI, you enjoy unlimited tax exemptions. You are a different breed of person, so you are as good or none as good as any other resident individual. Only the interest that you earn on your NRI FDs is tax free in India. Your FDs is NRO is taxable. Your mutual fund operations of the shares buying and selling will attract capital gains tax either short term or long term depending on the period for which you are holding on that. Likewise, for every other resident individual, your income within India, be it the rentals, be it the interest that you have earned on NRO FDs or any other thing in taxable in India, and you have absolutely like any other resident. You cannot enjoy any other special privileges except tax-free status on interest that is earned from NRI fixed deposits. Point number 6, as NRIs, you cannot invest in any of the government schemes. If you are a person who is working outside of India, an NRI, you cannot invest in public providence fund and you cannot invest in post office schemes. You cannot invest in Sukanya Samradhi Yojana and you cannot invest in Pradhan Mantri Vay Bandhan Yojana or Senior Citizen Savings Scam. All these government schemes are not applicable to NRIs. As an NRI, you cannot invest in these particular schemes. Yes, if you were to be a person who has invested in the PPF before you left India, you can continue to do that. But at maturity, you cannot extend the period further. And so if you are an NRI, if you think you can invest in these schemes, or if you are hiding your NRI status and trying to make use of these things, then you are violating the law. The 7th point is, as NRIs, many people ask me if I want to use my earnings to buy agricultural land in India. My dear NRIs are not allowed to buy and sell agricultural land. It's completely off for NRIs. If you try to buy agricultural land being an NRI, it is a complete violation of the female law. The penalties for buying of agricultural land and unalive is extremely harsh. Maybe 3 times of the land cost, plus you may have to sell this land back to another resident individually. So don't even harbor the thoughts that you can own agricultural land being an NRI. Thank you so much for watching. I have discussed everything in detail. Hope you have liked the video. Please do watch all our videos to never miss any sort of knowledge regarding property. Thank you.